In a moment that sent the fashion world and entertainment industry into a frenzy, BTS's Jungkook finally made his exclusive debut with Louis Vuitton, and as expected, the ARMY were screaming hysterically not only at the venue, but also in virtually every corner of the world watching. While the world is still warm about his appearance, Jungkook seems to remain calm and humble. He walked out of the venue wearing a long, soft gray coat from the Louis Vuitton collection that has not yet been released to the public. Smiling and waving to fans who had been waiting for hours, he even paused to greet a little fan holding a banner that read, "You are the reason I believe in dreams." Jungkook read it, smiled, and then put his hand on his chest, a gesture that immediately made many people cry. Fashion journalists from various countries scrambled to capture the moment, but not a few of them were silent to see how Jungkook's star aura made anyone around him feel honored to be a witness. A reporter from Italy wrote, "It's not just about fashion, it's about presence. Jungkook carries a gravity that cannot be taught, it can only be felt." Back in Korea, local media immediately broadcast breaking news. The newscast, usually filled with political and economic reports that night, opened with a big headline, "Jungkook goes global, runway belongs to him." In various city centers such as Seoul, Busan to Gwangju, large LED screens replayed Jungkook's steps on the runway in slow motion accompanied by dramatic music. ARMY gathered in the streets, sang along to BTS songs, and celebrated the Magne's debut with proud tears. On social media, pieces of video of Jungkook walking with focused eyes and a cold but confident expression became the subject of fan art edits. Funny memes to inspirational videos. One fan wrote, "I used to see her on V Live eating ramen, now I see her on the world's biggest runway. Who doesn't fall in love?" But the most touching was the reaction of the BTS members. Despite their respective activities, the members took the time to upload congratulations on Instagram and Weverse. Jimin writes, "You're always cool, but tonight, I'm proud to be your Hyung. The world now knows why we called you golden." While the genie-known humorist added, "I'm sorry I didn't get to borrow your coat before the draft. Now you're getting expensive." Suga and RM also added fire and crown emojis as if to acknowledge that Jungkook is now the new king on the global fashion stage. Not stopping there, rumors began circulating that several other well-known high-fashion brands such as Balenciaga, Prada, to Dior are now fighting for the opportunity to make Jungkook their next main face. A source in the fashion industry said that Louis Vuitton itself is even preparing the largest exclusive contract they have ever given to an Asian celebrity. The amount? Estimated at tens of millions of dollars. However, for Jungkook, it's not about money or fame. He said in a brief question and answer session, "The happiest thing is when I know the ARMY is proud. As I walked by and heard their screams, I knew I wasn't alone." And maybe that's why this debut is so thrilling. Because it's not just about aesthetics, it's not just about fashion, but it is about the relationship between the star and her fans that nothing can replace. As the night ended and the runway lights slowly went out, one thing remained. Jungkook's name no longer just as a member of BTS, but as a global icon ready to write new history. ARMY, stand by. This is just the beginning. The next day, the world hasn't stopped talking about Jungkook. Photos from her runway debut dominated the front pages of top fashion magazines such as Vogue, GQ, Harper's Bazaar, and Elle. The titles are bombastic. The face of a new era, Louis Vuitton's crown prince, to Asia's style revolution starts with Jungkook. Even non-fashion news sites like CNN, BBC, and the New York Times have co-written articles about this historic moment, highlighting how powerful Korean and K-pop culture is on the world stage. Louis Vuitton released a series of exclusive photos on its official Instagram account, showing Jungkook in a variety of artistic poses, from crisp monochrome to exploration of neon colors against a backdrop of futuristic architecture. In a short time, the upload became one of the most liked in the history of their account, losing only to a photo of BTS when it was announced as an ambassador in 2021. One of the most viral posts was a slow-motion video when Jungkook glanced at the camera just before he turned around at the end of the runway. The video was accompanied by a caption that drove the ARMY crazy, "The world just blinked when he looked." In a matter of hours, the video garnered over 50 million views on TikTok, and thousands of fans began trending to copy Jungkook's iconic move, complete with a homemade version of the LV outfit. In Korea, a well-known university even held a public lecture entitled Jungkook Effect, Anthropology of Global Pop Culture. A professor of fashion culture stated that what Jungkook does is not only perform on the runway but also break the boundaries between music, culture, and high fashion. He became a living symbol of globalization. Meanwhile, among the ARMY, many began to create tribute projects. Some make giant murals of Jungkook's face on the walls of cities such as New York, Tokyo, and Jakarta. There is also the ARMY who raised funds to put up a massive digital ad in Times Square just to celebrate the idol's debut. In less than 24 hours, the project raised more than $80,000. Louis Vuitton stores were not spared the Jungkook effect. The collection she wore during her live debut sold out in 7 minutes after being released online. In fact, many netizens noted that some of Louis Vuitton's official websites had crashed due to a surge in traffic from fans who wanted to buy the collection. But behind the uproar, there was one thing that made ARMY's heart warm the most: Jungkook's attitude that remained simple and humble. In a late-night Weverse message, Jungkook wrote, "I just wanted to walk, but it turned out that my steps were heard by millions of hearts. I am grateful for your love. Let's continue to grow together." The sentence was spread and translated into more than 50 languages overnight. Many write it in their bio, make tattoos with that phrase, to print it as a quote on t-shirts and accessories. Some senior fans even called it the most historic moment since BTS performed at the Grammys. They are not exaggerating, because what happened with Jungkook wasn't just a runway debut. It is a statement of the world that a new generation of global icons is already born, and he comes from South Korea, ****, and as the world moves on, the spotlight won't be off Jungkook's next steps. Everyone is now waiting. What is the next project? Will there be a limited edition LV collaboration called Jungkook Edition? Or even the debut of a film or documentary series about her journey in the fashion world? One thing is for sure, Jungkook's name has now crossed the line as an idol. He has rewritten the definition of a global star with his footsteps on the runway. And the heartfelt love of millions who call him the ARMY. It didn't take long for the entertainment world to react to Jungkook's grand debut on the Louis Vuitton runway. World celebrities one by one began to voice their admiration, starting from Zendaya, who was present directly in the front row during the show. The actress, who is known for being sharp in judging fashion, was seen several times turning her head towards the media team when Jungkook appeared, and in a video that circulated, she whispered to her friend, "He just changed the game." The sentence then became a trending topic and was rewritten by thousands of fan accounts on Twitter and Instagram. Not long ago, Zendaya also uploaded an Insta story showing Jungkook's back while walking on the runway with the caption, "When fashion and artistry meet. Bravo, Jungkook." Not only Zendaya, actor Timothée Chalamet also wrote in a tweet, "Rare aura. It's like watching someone master a stage he's never been on." Singer Billie Eilish, who is known to have a warm relationship with BTS, even retweeted Jungkook's debut video with a comment,